Millennials? Really?
I know, right? This is a bit of a switch. I mean, you were used to hearing a lot about millennials in terms of bad financial decisions. We know this is a generation that is burdened with a lot of student loan debt. They're faced with stagnant wages, not some great employment prospects, and then they tend to do some, let's say, not so smart things with their money in terms of racking up debt on what can be some really frivolous expenses and not putting enough of their money in the stock market. But
yeah.
I mean, really kind of like setting the stage there. But when we look at some of the new reports that are coming out, there are actually a lot of things that millennials are doing that are pretty smart with their money that other generations may want to take a page from that book.
Very interesting. All right, so what are they doing here?
Well, one of the first things that they do well is actually creating a budget, and they say sticking to it, although, they don't tend to be working with a lot of funds that help them balance out a lot of these goals. They are doing a lot to set a budget and then also to track their expenses. They're more apt than older generations are to use an expense tracking app to make sure that they are monitoring their spending and seeing where they might be able to make some habit adjustments and save some money.
Wow. All right, so who gets credit here? Is it technology because it's available, or is it lessons from, say, the recession, having watched perhaps their parents go through it?
Probably a little bit of both. TD Ameritrade was the one that did this study, and it doesn't seem like they asked a lot of questions about exactly why millennials are budgeting, just that they do have a lot of savings goals, which is yet another one of these smart habits, and they are looking to use that technology to better meet those goals.
Wow. We're speaking with Kelly Grant, consumer reporter at CNBC.com. She's got an interesting story entitled 4 Ways Millennials Are Smarter About Money Than Boomers. All right, so savings goals like what? What are they doing?
They are saving for a lot of different things outside of retirement, and a lot of this tends to be emergency funds, which is great because we know from other reports that a lot of people do not have any emergency savings, and that's a problem just in terms of financial habits that could lead to. They're also saving, of course, for things like vacations, for holiday purchases, for weddings, if they're in the younger cohort that they haven't gotten married yet, for a first home, for their education, even for their kids' education.